Hello. I hope your day is going well. This is Erica Renee. It's nice to meet you guys. Welcome to the channel. And this is basically, I should have did this a couple days ago when it happened, but I was still trying to just say in prayer. I didn't know how I was going to release it. But I believe that this is a good time to do this while I'm outside walking. But the importance about being alert about your surroundings. King, wait for a second. So the other day, right, I was walking with my kids, and like I said, this channel, just a side note, and to make sure that it's FYI, this channel don't just talk about, the words of the Lord, and bringing forth, those beautiful things and prophetic words and revelation, insight, and, all of just those good things. It's not just about that. We literally speak about how to apply them in our daily lives without being logic, which is faith. Faith is all about healthy risks. That's what faith is, to narrow it down. And it's always an edge life, and eternal life is definitely what we have, in store for us being in the kingdom of God. So, but being able to realize that, we have to apply these type of things in our life without having to be logic. I understand that things are going to happen and stuff is going to happen, but we have to know how to bridge that in everyday lives. And a lot of people give out the prophetic words, and it's not to bash anybody, but it's to be exactly what God has told me to be. It's to be able to bridge that, to help those that need the help, to point them in the right direction. You see what I'm saying? And to narrow it down to where it's though that people have an understanding, and it's not more so that people are just bringing forth words, and then, the people are left confused and not knowing how to apply that, and only a few percentage is able to apply that in their life, so that's not fair to the other people, that don't have, people in their life to encourage them every day, because I didn't. I wasn't brought up in the church background, and I literally had, times, of course, where, occasionally I'll go to church, but you know how that goes. Grandma always having me to go to church, okay? But I love doing it, so I always felt close to God because of the way that God has ministered through my mom and through my dad and, through my grandmother. But over time, I learned how to have a relationship with him for myself. When I went into foster care, group home institutions and stuff like that, it wasn't nobody else there available to be that reflection and to model Christ. So therefore, God placed me in a place where it was on-the-job training. Nobody taught me this. The Holy Spirit is the only one that is able to get that glory. God is able to get that glory. Only him. So I thank God for that. But this message is literally basically the 411 for single mothers, even for single fathers, but mostly for single mothers, that we have to be aware of our surroundings. The other day I had walked outside, and I was I was outside and I was walking with my kids, and it was pretty decent of a weather outside in Texas. It's always hot anyway, So while I'm walking and everything, there was a guy that had came up, and he drove up next to me, and he said, I don't know if you guys can hear me over the cars, but I'm gonna extend my voice, so if it bothers you, just turn down your volume. Love you guys, but I have to be loud. But so I had went out to keep walking. Yeah, I was walking, and the guy comes out and he's like, yeah, do you need a ride? I see you with the kids and everything. I'm just old-fashioned. I just want to make sure that you and the kids get home safe. I said, no problem. Thank you so much for your courtesy, but no, we got it. We can make it home. King, no. We can make it home. We're good. Pull it. Sorry, I had to get me young, okay? So, so I said, no, thank you. Thank you for your courtesy, but we got it. We're just going to move on and keep it moving. And I said, thank you so much, though, for being kind. And he said, okay, I'm just trying to be nice, you know. And I said, okay, well, thank you so much for offering. We got it. It's all right. You know, I wasn't rude. I wasn't any of that. So that was our time that me and my kids got a chance to come outside. We haven't been outside for a while. I've been, you know, basically doing work, and to measure it off to make sure that we have a healthy balance of having some outside time, you know, and spending time with each other outside of the four walls. That was our adventure time. So I understand where he was coming from, that it was hot outside, but that was our time and moment of being able to bond. You see what I'm saying? But I'm thankful that it happened. But when I kept moving, you know, and I was like, God, it is kind of hot, you know, outside, like it is kind of hot. And then, but I wasn't expecting him to come back. So that was the concern. He came back and he was like, so do I look like a pervert to you? And I said, no. And I kept watching him because I wanted to make sure that I was watching safely, you know what I mean, like to be aware of what he was doing. So by his hand gestures, I made sure that I went into the parking lot of Starbucks where I'm at. And I said, I walked to the Starbucks to make sure we was on public grounds, you know. If anything was to happen, we're on public grounds where they can see us, okay? So as we're walking on that part, he's like, I'm just wanting to make sure that you and the D kids is okay and y'all A is not out in the heat. It's hot out here. And I said, okay, first of all, even if I was to consider, you know, to be able to say that, yeah, I would take the offer of the ride, the way that your gesture and how your body language and the way that you're using profanity to try to make sure that you aware me, that you're not trying to engage in wanting to be, you know, on me, but you just want to offer a ride. The intention is nice, but the way that the delivery is coming off is very much wrong. And I wouldn't even feel safe and comfortable. I need to make sure that me and my kids are safe. So by all means, any means necessary, I will do whatever I need to do. Yes, I'm okay, sweetie. To make sure that I do whatever I need to do to ensure that me and my kids are safe. He said, well, I understand that, but if I leave, I'm not coming back. He said, well, if I leave, I'm not coming back. I said, okay, well, God bless you. So he sped off. So I walks up and I'm like praying in the middle of it, like, God, I wasn't doing any of that, etc., etc. So there was another guy that came up and he said, are you okay? And he just came off of work and he was like, are you okay? Just to check that everything was all right. And I told him what happened. He said, well, I'll follow you guys quite a bit of ways at home. If that's okay with you, you know, I'll make sure that you guys make it home safe. So he did. And we made it home safe. I wasn't trying to be paranoid or anything, but we definitely made it home safe. And my business partner actually called back. Are you okay? To make sure that we were pretty good. So we were good. But the whole thing is that we have to be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. If you feel as though that you feel uncomfortable about a ride, there's a lot of people that are out there that would offer a ride and they genuinely want to be able to offer you a ride, because I do it, you know. With my truck, I make sure that if somebody needs a ride or if they need help in any kind of way, I'm there and available for them, you know, if they would ever need it. But also as well, there have been times where people will offer help, but they really don't have the best interest in the other people. You see what I'm saying? In the people, and they have an agenda and stuff just happens. You see what I'm saying? So especially being a woman with children, you are vulnerable in that situation, regardless of how tough it is. I know it's tough, but go with your discernment and don't just jump in everybody's car. And a lot of people would think that, oh yeah, well, people would probably know that. A lot of people don't know that. You sit the right circumstance in a situation, you'll take an offer. You see what I'm saying? So that's just like how the enemy does. If you really want water and somebody just did something, you know what I mean, to try to get it, and by all means necessary, they just knock somebody down by the other street to try to give you the water. You see what? No, that's tacky. God isn't like that. You see what I'm saying? He'll use certain avenues, of course, but we just have to go with the leading of the Holy Spirit of knowing when is it a good time to, you know, to take those type of offers and not. And men, if you are really trying to be genuinely helping a woman that is single, that is single, and you're really genuinely trying to help them to make sure that they ensure to go home safely with children, to be on the safe side, because first of all, you're already going to be up in question in the first place, because women, especially women of color, have gone through so much devastation in their life. They're not just going to offer take up an offer of a ride just because you offered it, and we have to base off of you that you just a nice guy. You see what I'm saying? Because technically we don't know you. Okay, so we have to go with our gut feeling and with our instinct and what we believe is safe and fair for us and the kids. Even if you have a intention of making sure that we go home safe, a true, genuine heart that would be making sure to ensure that we would go home safely, would be just to follow us home without us even knowing, you know what I mean, without any type of ill intention, and you know that we made it home safe just in case that something were to happen, you were already available and to witness whatever needed to happen. That's if you really are genuine to make sure that we make it home safe, even if we say no. You see what I'm saying? But still in that, use wisdom. You know what I mean? Because if that woman feels as though that you're creeping her out or whatever, and you really are not, you just have pure intentions, she'll call the police on you. Okay, I'm just saying, just to make sure, and to make sure that we're, the children are in safe positions. Okay, so you guys be safe. I'm about to get off of here and finish my walk, but I believe that it was the right time to be able to share that information now while I was on the walk. I just believe that God wanted me to. Okay, so you guys be safe and enjoy the rest of your day. Make sure that you stay alert. Be wise as serpents, harmless as doves. That's exactly what the verse in the Bible speaks about, and it also says of being able to, a soft answer turns away wrath. That person was actually in a rage type of feeling because of me denying him. You see what I'm saying? And I could tell that he had rejection issues. You see what I'm saying? So you just have to be mindful and be aware of what you are doing.